out of the gutter, Jess. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, now, why are you overcomplicating your sourdough process? It's been a while. I haven't taught you guys how I do sourdough, and I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I've learned over the last 2 years of making sourdough, including making my own starter, and now I own a farm stand where I also have a micro bakery. I make a lot of sourdough in a week. So let me show you how I feed my sourdough starter, and we're gonna start there. Okay, this is Rue. I've had to put her in 2 different containers because she's big and I make a lot of sourdough. There has been times where I put her in more containers, but this is what she's in right now. I have to feed her. I have to get ready for farm stand opening this weekend. Come with me. Why are we measuring everything that we do when it comes to sourdough and baking? I am all for measuring for a recipe to get loaves that are consistent. I 100% believe in that, and I do it by weight because it's more consistent. You don't have to, but it's more consistent when you're selling them or making them. However, you should be able to tell by the texture of your sourdough whether it's ready to go, whether it's the right feeding ratio, and whether it's ready to shape. Have you overproofed it? This idea that it's a time game is crazy. So I'm gonna start by dumping my sourdough starter through into, this is gonna be the discard. Now I'm gonna use this in discard recipes that I also sell on my farm stand. Okay, I haven't fed her in, oh, I fed her last night. Before that, it was 4 days. You should probably be letting your sourdough starter sit. She doesn't have to sit in the fridge. That's a weird, if you're going to be doing it for a long time, but she needs to be able to get hearty. And the way to do that for me is to not feed her every day. Okay, all of that is going to go into the fridge for discard recipes. This is my favorite flour to use, Costco. I don't know if you can tell what this is. 2 big bags like this for I think $15 to $20. It's not expensive. High protein, she loves it. This is what I make all my bread with too. You don't need a fancy bread flour. You're gonna do, I do about as much flour as I had starter left in there. I eyeball it. You don't have to worry about it. Measure with love. Sourdough is one of those things that becomes part of your soul, I swear. Oh, see, that was a little more. It's gonna be fine. I live in Oregon. My tap water is wonderful. A little warm tap water into your starter. And you're gonna mix. And I'll show you the consistency, okay? I don't use metal because there was this wives' tale that metal messes with your sourdough. Now, whether that is scientifically true or not, I don't know. But I use wood, glass. I don't mix in a metal bowl, okay? See this consistency right there? It's a little wet. See that? That's it. That's fine. She'll be fine. I'll show you an update video. Into a nice warm spot. Sometimes I like to play around with them and make one a little watery and one a little drier and see which one does better for me. Both of them are gonna do just fine. Okay, she's hungry. So see how dry that is, but still kind of wet? It's a little too dry. I like it a little bit more wet. This is getting weird in the, but you know what I mean. Mind out of the gutter, Jess. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, now, I did no measuring. It should be quick. It should be easy. It should be done by feel and touch and measured with love. Okay, see that? Much better. Perfect. She's gonna go in a warm, dry spot. On a hot day, it's gonna take her 2 to 4 hours to be ready to make bread. On a very cold day, it might take her 6. But if I start with my sourdough starter around here, I'm expecting her to be up to here. That's it. And then I make bread. Stop overcomplicating it. You've got it. Don't let people who just want to make money tell you this is hard. It's just trial and error. We've all made things that look like flying discs and go, oh, well, that didn't work. And I've been making it for years. Follow along. I'm going to put up my recipe on my blog for free. It's the standard recipe, or I might charge for it. I'm not mad if you charge if it's your recipe, but I have a standard recipe. I will give it to you for free. Follow along. I'll keep going.